it only harm us. It will forever will harm if we don't get rid of it. Even in the present moment, if there's any inconvenience that's going on emotionally or even physically, all are the reasons of ourselves being under the total control or total following the guidance of ignorance and delusion. Yeah. So my point is, you know your real being, your true being, and that is in fact no different than the Buddha's. So that's called Tathagata essence, or Buddha nature, or the Dharmakaya. Right there, when you at least trust, okay, I'm not going to lie. At least I'm not going to do any negative karma intentionally while I'm in Bodhgaya, Bodhigaya. That would be a disaster for me. It's like, anyway. So therefore, you just trust me. Trust me in the introduction of your true nature, which is Buddha nature, okay? And check it out. Even right this very moment, the moment you trust in this, even just idea, this kind of liberation start of experiencing of liberation from at least emotional difficulties. Most of the emotional difficulties is to do with the self-grasping attitude, self-grasping ignorant, to do with attachment, to do with aversion, etc. And those delusions are very much built and according with the demand and the idea of ignorant, believing this ego-centered self, ego-centered me, and that is totally opposite of what Dharmakaya is. That is totally opposite of what Tathagata essence is. So therefore, the moment you start to accept that my being is, being as a Buddha nature, carrying the Buddha nature, it directly antidote to that ignorance. And that already is the first moment of experience of what true liberation is. So, yes, my point is, those who don't have refuge also, you have refuge. So refresh your refuge. Okay, now the second prayer that I'm going to recite is salutation to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, who came into existence in this world 2,600 years ago, and who revealed the direct antidote to the ignorant again. No other scriptures, no other spiritual practices reveal direct antidote to the ignorant. There are a lot of teachings that antidoting to attachment, antidoting to anger, and all the rest of the delusions, but no one mentioned, no one taught antidote to ignorance, which is the root cause of samsara, which is the root cause of all the problems. And that antidote is the only way to actualize genuine liberation, the ultimate liberation. Then on top of that, even the attitude the attitude which will develop into omniscient, the highest level of attitude, the omniscient bodhicitta, or the omniscient enlightened mind. That again, no other teacher have revealed that except Shakyamuni Buddha. The different religion, different spiritual practices, extensive teaching on love, compassion. But when it comes to teaching on bodhicitta, no one revealed. There's a compassion practice in relation to all humanity, amazingly great. There's a compassion practice even go beyond that, maybe all the animals that we see, or most of the animals. But then there are spiritual practice, the attitude, the compassion has a limitations, only certain animals. Yes, whole humanity, but then on top of that, certain animals, but not all animals. Or all the animals that you can see through your naked eyes, but not the rest of the other animals who are formless. So you see. But when we talk about bodhicitta, the attitude of enlightened mind, the object of that compassion is entire sentient being, entire living being. You see. So here, make salutation to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, remembering of him revealing the teaching on emptiness and teaching on bodhicitta. That way, sentient being like us, not only able to enjoy the greatest level of liberation by the result of the wisdom of emptiness, but also that liberation is so beneficial. Not just live in nirvana peace, but able to come to the world, to interact with people, to be among sentient beings and offer benefits. How precious is that? You achieve the highest level of peace, and you completely dissolve into that peace, and you don't want to bother the rest of the sentient being. That's quite selfish, isn't it? So here, bodhicitta make possible all the Buddhas of the past and the present. They never leave us. They never separated from sentient being. Plenty of Buddhas are in hell realm, benefiting hell beings. Plenty of Buddhas are benefiting in every single existence, and in accordance with the mental dispositions of the sentient being, you see. So this is extremely, extremely precious. So that's the reason, not just because of Shakyamuni Buddha is, our God, or our teacher, or our religious figure, not because of that. The main reason why you venerate Shakyamuni Buddha, because of these two reasons. Because of revealing these two precious dharma, and by revealing that, by adopting this dharma, the altruistic wisdom and altruistic attitude in our practice, that's how we get liberated. This is the only way. So like this. 강계 두제네 손에 나와 담제 밤배주에 담배주네 된제마 고담데라 차세로. Yeah, then the second the prayer that I'm going to recite is the salutation to all the lineage gurus. Without the lineage gurus, without the guru, without the teacher, due to our own mental, different mental disposition, due to the limitations, what we carry, the karma. Even Buddha's compassion has no no bias. Buddha's omniscient, even though being Buddha's omniscient is all pervasive, means Buddha's everywhere. But due to the limitation we carry, we are unable to directly communicate with Buddha. Not because of Buddha don't want to talk to you. Buddha is in the ordinary world, he's like full-time desperate, they want to talk to you. It's kind of like ding, 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 ding. but we say, okay, wait. I have pizza to eat. I have coffee to go. I have a nice nap to be taken. Oh, then some more, there's a beach is there, some more Mount Everest to be climbed. So I say, okay. So don't disturb me. I don't feel like the rest is disturbing. Actually, your thing is the one disturbing. So anyway, so therefore, Buddha has to manifest in so many different forms. So one of them is the Nirmanakaya. Dharmakaya has to manifest in the form bodies of the Buddha. Therefore, there's a Sambhogakaya form, which is directly engaging with the Bodhisattvas. But then the Sambhogakaya forms of the Buddha, even though they are form body, but then again, our ordinary merit is not good enough to access. So therefore, that form even manifests much more convenient to us, which is the Nirmanakaya, which is Shakyamuni Buddha himself is a Nirmanakaya form of Buddha. And the southern world human being able to access to him. But then we, people like from now, not even maybe near when Shakyamuni Buddha came into India. I mean, he came here in Bodh Gaya. So that time, I don't know, maybe some of us are vulture hanging around Mount Everest. Maybe some of us are fishes, maybe in the ocean, in Atlantic Ocean. Maybe not even near Indian Ocean. So, the worst, myself, definitely must be in the hell realm. So no way. And the Vajra hell, which is saying, I don't know, but it's right beneath the Bodh Gaya Stupa, somewhere very deep down. It's there, but in the hell realm, not in Bodh Gaya, when Buddha came here. You see? So it is again due to the limitations of our own merit. So therefore, the Buddha had to manifest into as ordinary being as possible, and they emanate even in the most degenerated time. Our time is called 5 degenerated period. This is the time we call 5 degenerated period. The degenerations of time, degenerations of person, degenerations of kansanyama, tuinima, degeneration of even the delusion. Then what else? What are the other 5? No, I can't remember. So anyway, our time, people are the most difficult to tame, one of the most distracted. So the gurus, they are the manifestations of the Buddha in the Nirmanakaya form, but even more ordinary level in our time. So without their preaching to us, we will not be able to access to this precious Dharma. such as His Holiness, His Holiness, such as like Jabshalom Rinpoche, many of you have access, Dharma connection to Rinpoche. All of you have many different teachers, all of them. You will have many different teachers in the future, all of them. They are all manifestations of Buddha. You see, so through their humbleness, through their humanity, they come in our level, then skillfully communicate with us in the language of Dharma, in the language of compassion, love, wisdom. And that's the way that how Buddha caused us to be liberated, how Buddha conditioned us to be liberated from samsara, and it is causes karma and delusion, and enjoy the stages of liberation, including enlightenment. So these are solely due to the kindness of the lineage gurus. So here we pay salutations to the lineage guru and pay salutations to Buddha. It helps us. Just by that, it helps us to gather so much strong merit. Then whatever Dharma we learn, it directly goes to the heart. It directly becomes antidote. The Dharma becomes path. First of all, through this store of merit, whatever thing happened during this, during Dharma discourse, you hear like Dharma, not like intimidating words. You hear, you're able to translate easily as a Dharma. So Dharma means antidote that transforms, our impurity, our impure mind, our hallucinational mind, our delusional mind. So Dharma in Tibetan called chur, but in the writing you can also write as a chur, means fix. So Dharma is the truth that can fix distorted mind, disturbed mind, or to So Dharma is the truth to it's like a broom to cleanse all the obscurations and then able to reach to the actual Dharmakaya that we did mention before, to purify all the confusion of even the truth of self, and eventually to discover the real self, which is Buddha, no different than the Buddha. So this is called chur. Chur also called that chur, also we call chur or chur. So Dharma fix the mind. So Dharma is the truth that fix our mind, truth that purify our mind, truth that transform our mind, truth that cleanse our mind, the truth that lead ourselves to discover our true being, which is the Buddha being. So that is Dharma. Oh yes, okay. I almost lost my track, so I was wondering why I'm saying this. So the gathering stores of merit, then every single moment of your time here in Bodh Gaya, in Ruli Institute, or even especially during our retreat, everything you hear an instruction to deliver that I mentioned before. You hear Dharma instruction. You see Dharma instruction. you feel Dharma instruction. You understood Dharma instruction. It just don't stay here, directly goes here. For that, just keep taking note, keep reading book, keep listening, it doesn't help. Yes, it is beneficial, but you need strolls of merit to at least able to hear the Dharma. Otherwise, you will hear wrongly. You may hear wrong message, even though saying correct words, but then you translate wrongly. You see. Now, just able to hear Dharma is not good enough. The Dharma has to become a path. You see. So Dharma here and store in the notebook and store in the brain is not good enough. Dharma haven't become path. So the Dharma has to emerge in your mind, in your mindfulness, in your introspection. So the Dharma knowledge we learn, it has to become our mindfulness. It has to become our introspection. You see. So that way, Dharma become practical. Dharma become useful. Dharma can able to liberate us in our day-to-day life. You see, if there's a mindfulness of Dharma, introspection of Dharma is fully alive in our mind, then whatever you see, you are able to translate in Dharma. Whatever you feel, you are able to translate in Dharma. Whatever good things comes in your way, you are able to translate in Dharma. An example, rejoice. You feel blessed, you feel rejoice. If any bad thing comes in your way, this is my opportunity to practice forgiveness. My opportunity to practice compassion. You see? So that's the liberation, that's the experience, that's the enjoyment of liberation from the very first day. Very now, not even first day, maybe wait until tonight complete. Right now, that enjoyment has to happen. That benefit has to ripen right now. You see. So again, you see here, so many senior learned practitioners are here. So many senior practitioners, Mahasanghas, learned ones. And some of the practitioners were already practicing even before I was born. Maybe. Hopefully not too old, okay. No. Yes. Intellectually, I think there's no limitation. We already heard so much of Dharma teaching. If you look at your notes, you can produce quite many books from your notes. If you go back and check, you may find that actually I've written down more than what Lama Tsongkhapa write down in lamrim or the 18 volumes. I can have 20 volumes. And also the exposure, even externally, I think, especially Westerners, you're so curious person. It's almost there's not even one single atom like the Buddha you have not reached. Maybe there's not even one single holy place where you have not reached. From high in the Tibet, high from the Tibet to the deep down in India, where you have already covered. And you learn the histories also. You are very rich, knowing of Buddha's life, etc., etc. So here, if we don't become serious about the real point of the whole purpose of the Dharma, the ultimate intention of why Buddha revealed the teaching. the ultimate intentions of why our lineage gurus are transmitting teachings is not about archiving information. It has to be taken straight, impacting our day-to-day life, impacting. And I'm sure everyone will enjoy that too. You know, the moment you start to take the directions of Dharma learning, Dharma practice into that purpose, then you know, your spiritual journey will be truly the most enjoyable and most beneficial. You know, but that doesn't mean that we need to leave our responsibilities in our life. You know, family responsibilities, job responsibilities. When someone really understood the ultimate intentions of the Buddha's revealing of the teaching, and you understood those teachings, and you're able to make those teachings as a path within you, then as a business, the practitioner, someone as a livelihood, as a business person, the business environment is the best place to practice the Dharma. If you are family, family life, then that's the best environment to practice the Dharma. And if you are Sangha, that's the best life to practice the Dharma. If you are Sweeper, that's the best, to practice the Dharma. If you have the environment of cave, the cave is the best practice to practice the Dharma. You know, if you always need to handle difficult people, that's the best place to practice the Dharma. So each and every one of us would enjoy that conventional freedom, what you need to do to be able to do, at the same time able to accomplish the maximum benefit of our spiritual practice. So, yes. So, yeah, strokes of merits. Strokes of merit. That's the thing. That's the reason why we make salutation to the Buddha, Guru, like that. 동니 니제 송도주 벨람 세제 세주 간제 된주 차나 베모 텐제 야소 소와 데소 다유 진제. Thank you. So now hello to everybody. And also, I heard there are quite a number of people online, and especially I think from quite a large group of people from China all the way, who all of them are Geshe Lama Subrahmanya's disciple. So yeah, they are trying their very best to join the sessions. If in case they are unable to join all the sessions, they will go through the recordings, and they want to practice like what we are doing here. Then also there are people from other time zones, they're also participating. So I welcome each and every one of you, and also those who are online for this meaningful time. There are many reasons why it is so meaningful, especially to have the even just the merit of happening that activities of the Dharma become so auspicious and so meaningful when the Dharma discourses are held in the auspicious place. So we are in Bodh Gaya. For people who understand the meaning of Buddha, being in this world, meaning of the Dharma existing in this world, then there's no holier place than Bodh Gaya. So the Bodh Gaya is the central holy place. Central holy place, you can also understand from this, all the past, present, future Buddhas, including any one of you who will enlighten and turn the wheel of Dharma, like such as Shakyamuni Buddha, the place to perform the deeds of enlightenment is the same place. The Bodh Gaya is the same place. All the past fortunate Buddhas have performed that activities. All the present Buddhas and all the future Buddhas will perform, the enlightened deeds in this place, in Bodh Gaya. So from that point of view, is a chosen place which carry the Vajra ground, which can hold the greatest, the knowledge and the greatest, the liberation experience, the enlightened experience, in this place, in this Bodh Gaya land. You see, so from that point of view, the place is so auspicious. Then, even within within this period of Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, all the disciples of the Shakyamuni Buddha during his lifetime. Then after that, since Nagarjuna is the main person who built the Mahabodhi temple, which is about 400 over years, 400, slightly 400 years after Shakyamuni Buddha passed away. All the great panditas, the Nalendra panditas, or become Shilas panditas, the great learned one, the great realized ones, like such as Nagarjuna himself, like Chandrakirti, Dharmakirti, like Asanga, like Lama Atisha, Shantideva. This is a center place for them to relate, to purify their limitations and accumulate the three great stores of merit for them to actualize enlightenment. Then later, the Mahasiddhas of India, Mahasiddhas of Tibet, very much all of the lineage, for the past few hundred years, all of our lineage gurus, everyone visited this holy place. Everyone visited not only one time, maybe some hundreds of times, every year. In the past, the journey from Tibet to here is not easy. Journey from Nepal to here also not easy. I remember that my late guru, Geshe Lama Koncho, he and the one Bhutanese Lama called Dupa, accompanied by nuns and monks of his monastery nunnery. And that time, my mother also traveled. So that's the year that I was born. So my mother was carrying me in her. They walk from high Himalaya, the Zoom Valley. It's about 3,400, something kind of meter high at the Nepal and Tibet border. They walk down all the way to Bodh Gaya. They walk down. I think it took about a few months. They walked down. So my first visit to Bodh Gaya, with my mother was holding, and I think she must have maybe I'm just born maybe. So the teachers are traveling, so they follow. So they never travel by car, they walk. And the journey is a tough journey. So maybe many of them, they may not have the resources to even go by. Maybe even the car that time, maybe not that available maybe. Or even they may not have the material resources to help them to travel. So they walk, they camp under the trees, caves, at the field, and they did pilgrimage. Few months, every single day, morning to evening walk. That much regard to this holy place. And there are many others even endanger their life, to just to have one landing of their body on this land. Sorry. Then the merit that then also, the statue that you see in the Mahabodhi temple, the Buddha statue. If I heard the correct information, then this statue was built during when Buddha was alive, and the statue maker, the Buddha saw this statue, and Buddha says, "Oh, this really looks like me." So if we really want to know how exactly 100% Buddha looked like, this statue, when you see this statue, he looks like that. There are so many different artists, the Nepali artists, Tibetan artists, Indian artists, Western artists. Everybody has their own touch-ups. So not necessarily you are able to see exactly 100% how Buddha looked like. So when you look at this statue, you have that blessing. Then Buddha also expressed he visioned. So this holy object will represent him to liberate so many sentient beings. Just by seeing, it's a relics. You see. So that itself is unbelievable fortune for us to be here. Then the stupa is not like any other holy object. Of course, Buddha's statues, the sculptures are, yes, it's unbelievable. They are, as I mentioned at the beginning, they are the representation, the Dharmakaya refuge. That was the conventional, object of the refuge. But stupa represents the heart, the enlightened mind. So every single, even this art, the carvings, it represent the enlightened qualities, the Dharmakaya qualities, the omniscient qualities. So again, from these three objects, the most important holy object is stupa. So this Mahabodhi stupa, the main monument is not even the statue, it's a stupa. And that was the Buddha statue, you see. So because of the significance of even the architecturally, the holy object, whatever merit that you accumulate, of course on top of that, then the consecration that I've done, and the aspiration that all the past, present, future Buddha have met to this land. When you do any practice here, 100,000 times more. Like if you do one prostration here, it's equivalent of doing 100,000 prostration. The merit we receive the benefit. So not only prostration, but any other practices. The hundreds and millions of greater merits there, but when you relate to the teaching in relation to this prostration, then there's 100,000 times more, like that. You see, so you can do prostration from here. Of course, if you have time, you can go to the stupa maybe after the course. But otherwise, this is still within the Bodh Gaya land. The boundary that they set now is later came about. This whole area is where Buddha have remained 49 days after he is enlightened. So he didn't really stay in one place. He moved around. He did many practices. So we don't have a kind of like archaeological, historical account in the Rudi Institute. But when we think of why, Gyaltsab Lama Sogon, such enlightened guru, choose this place, definitely has to be. He have a choice to choose many other places also. You see. So for me, I understand. If you do prostration from here, it's an equal. You see. So then. Yeah. Then the benefit, after the course, if you have time, you go circumambulation of the stupa, and you can do that. Any stupas also, even there are so many stupas here. You see the benefit. What time we have to stop? 10:15. Okay. So, you see, during Buddha's time, there's one old man. I like to share this story all the time. So there's one old man called Kinta Belke. So he's coming from a very big family, few generations, and the family staying together, and so many of his son and daughters, so many, big family member, and also has a family politics. So until he was very old, and he says, okay, I have to get out of this, and I really want to have at least some time of my old age in a very quiet, serene time, serene place. So he remembered nearby his hometown there's one monastery, and that monastery belonged to Shariputra. Shakyamuni Buddha is one of the heart disciples. So he went to approach Shariputra, and Shariputra blandly said, first of all, you are too old. He said, once you become monk, there's so many the new monks has to do so much of chore in the monastery, so you can't skip that, which you won't able to do. And most important thing is you have no meritorious karma to become a monk. So therefore, you can't. So he was so sad, but he really don't want to go back home. So he thought to himself get away from this noise in the family difficulties is to jump from the cliff and die. So he thought that will end all the noise. So then he went to approach the cliff to jump down. And just before he jumped, Shakyamuni Buddha appeared. So this is during Buddha's time. So Shakyamuni Buddha, you can see how skillful he is. He didn't go directly say, I'm Buddha. So maybe the old man get heart attack. Maybe. So the Buddha kind of gradually. First he communicates with the Kinta Belke more like meeting one monk. Then we just ask what happened. So he tell all the stories. Then eventually Buddha says, I'm omniscient. I'm Buddha. The one that you're talking about, Shariputra, is my disciple. And his level is just arahatship. He's not omniscient yet, he's not Buddha yet, even though his realization is very high, but just arahatship. He realized emptiness directly, but he's not omniscient yet. I have this omniscient. So, arahat, those who are not enlightened, they don't have the capability to see all the subtle karma. So that's why the Shariputra are unable to detect the meritorious karma that you have. He said, for me as omniscient, I can spot that you have a very powerful meritorious karma. That meritorious karma not only a result for you to become a monk, even the being born as a human being and able to meet a Buddha is the result of that karma, that meritorious karma. Not only that, within few years, 3-4 years time, your realization will be equal to Shariputra. So of course the old man was so excited. He said, tell me what, you know. So then Buddha says, your immediate previous life was a fly. And you are searching for a meal. And finally you found one dry cow dung, cow shit. So then you landed on the cow dung and you're completely engrossed in the smell. And right there, there's the heavy rainfall. Then entire area was flooded. And around where the fly is, you know, there's one stupa. And the water is completely flooded around the stupa. Then, without much time, there's a great strong storm wind came. The wind pushes the dry cow dung, which is floating on the water. And you are still enjoying completely focused. Then the wind pushed the cow dung, went around the stupa one time. That's it. That is the action that you accumulated great stores of merit that resulted to be born as a precious human rebirth. That result for you to become a Sangha, and that will result for you to achieve arahatship, realize emptiness directly, purify the samsara, karma and delusion within few years' time. So that's the benefit of the going around stupa. Any stupa. That stupa is not a Bodhgaya stupa. Any stupa alone has that benefit because of it represents the Dharmakaya. It carries the Dharmakaya blessing, you see. So, so now this fly have no motivation to go around the stupa. Some more didn't use the fly's leg or wing to fly around. And the emotion is completely overwhelmed desire to the cow dung. You know, full of desire. Even like that, just able to go around once can accumulate so much merit. Can you imagine how much merit we're going to accumulate if we go around the stupa? We at least admire the stupa, even we may not understand the full meaning, but it's okay, this is interesting, you know, it's nice. That's much more better than the fly completely enjoying the cow dung smell, isn't it? Then we use our own limb to go around. Yeah. And most of us, we even have a faith. We even understand the meaning. We even put extra effort to go around. Can you imagine unbelievable merit that we accumulate? Then there's a amazing prayer wheel. It's over there. Again, there's one story I will share. Again, this happened during Buddha's time. There's one. This one is to do with one elderly woman. She was going through some health difficulties, so she went to one meditator who claimed to have clairvoyance. So after seeing him, and he says that you have only 7 days to live, and you have a past karmic imprint that which have not purified, and that karma is so strong. It's like inscribed karma. You're going to result your next rebirth in the hell realm, lowest hell realm. So she was so scared, so feared, and asked, "What's the solution?" He said, "I don't know what to offer solution." He said, "There's a Gautama Buddha. You know, you go and seek his advice. He may have solution." So then she approached the Buddha, and Buddha says, "Yes, there's a solution. But you need to accumulate stores of merit, which also help to purify your karma, and that will prolong your life, and not only that, you will also achieve arhatship. Not only purify the Lord realm, but within that lifetime, she will be liberated from the 6 realms of samsara. So then Buddha says that you need to recite, I can't remember exactly how much number, but it's huge number of Om Mani Padme Hum, compassionate Buddha's mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. But she has only 1 week. So this antidote should happen as soon as possible. So then Buddha ordered all his monks and also asked whole village to help to write down the mantra on the paper. Then after that, they make a kind of like a wood pole, then wrap the mantra around the pole. Then where they can move the whole thing. And whatever amount of mantra contained in that the thing, one turning the merit equivalence of the number of the mantra it contained, and that she will accumulate. So she started to turn that wheel, and she stayed, I can't remember exactly how many years, but she stayed, a substantial life. Then she achieved arhatship. So she remained human life until she completed her path. And because of training the prayer wheel. So the prayer wheel tradition, how it came about, is from there. You see, so there's also a great opportunity for us to train the prayer wheel whenever we have time, whenever free, individually or any time, like that. Okay, my point is the blessed place is one of auspicious conditions to bring meaning of the Dharma discourse, the fruitful meaning of Dharma discourse, which is meaning it will bring immense impact to the people who engage in such Dharma discourse. The second one is the Dharma that what we're going to discuss. Dharma, the teaching has to be the teaching that carry authentic lineage. Yeah. So then the teacher, that who also carry the lineage. So then you are part of that Dharma discourse. Then spiritually, there's a great impact. That we receive, great purification happen, great accumulations of merit happen, like that. So I think the introduction of the valid lineage and the validate the teaching and the validate the teacher, I think I will discuss that next session because the time is finished. So thank you. So we stop here. Okay. Dāni jīni sāpe yawāne tēndā rōwa kōlā kāmbē tā kēmbara chūchū nōsān chāo tēmbē nīngbō rēndō sāshī shō sāshī pēkē chūshī mēndō tāṁ rīrāp lēshī mēndē kēmbā sāngē shīndō mēndē bēwā rōbē nāmdā jīnlā chū parā shō yedāṁ guru rāna mēndālā kāmbē tāyā mē. Thank you.